Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse here, aka BGFH, and this is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter video, but I figured it was appropriate to do this right now because there's a lot of people potentially interested in the PlayStation 4. What with The Last of Us Part 2, just like 2 days away as I'm recording this, and I wanted to just give you an overview of the PS4 interface, the good and the bad, because, in order to try playing the game, The Last of Us 2, which is totally blind accessible from everything that I'm hearing and some footage that I've seen so far. We've talked about it on streams and on the channel before, but there are some pluses and minuses. What I will say is that the PS4 dashboard is nowhere near close to as accessible as the Xbox One dashboard is, and I'll show you that momentarily. But I figured I just wanted to give you guys an overview. I'm going to be doing this remotely, so hopefully this behaves itself. I'm going to go, there's an app for the PC called PS4 Remote Play. And hopefully we connect. Let me see. Start. Okay. Okay, here we go.
On the home screen, press the left and right buttons to select applications. Press the up button to move to the function screen, where you can select system functions. What's new? Area. L1 button to the left end.
So there you go.
R1 button to the right end. Press the down button.
They gave a, you hear the text-to-speech. It's kind of a, softer tone female voice, and I don't believe they have other voices that I remember in here, but yeah. So the way the PS3 and 4 worked is they had basically what they call the cross-media bar, and everything was
function screen.
Kind
notifications. Button. 6 new notifications.
You have like your up and down is sort of like your
home screen. What's new? Area.
Different areas, and then within that you have like kind of your sub. It's almost like
press
kind
the down
of a
button.
ribbon, but like
on the home screen,
you
press
always
the left
kind of
and right
default
buttons
to
to select
your
applications.
recent apps
Press
and
the up
things like
button to move to
that.
the function screen, where you can
So
select The Last of Us Part 2. What's new? Area.
There's my What's
L1
New.
button to the left end. The Last of Us Part 2.
The Last
button.
of Us Part 2.
Options button. Options
it's just
menu.
preloaded.
L1
it's
button
waiting
to the left end.
be.
R1 button to the right end.
It's waiting to be unlocked Friday. I have a few other games installed at the moment.
Marvel Spider-Man. Button.
Marvel Spider-Man,
Options
which
button.
I
Options
definitely
menu.
got to get around to playing
L1
more
button
of.
to the left end. God of War.
God of
button.
War.
The Last of Us Remastered.
Got the
button.
Last of Us
Options
Remastered
button.
because,
Options
hey,
menu.
upgraded version
L1
of that
button
digitally.
to the left
Why
end.
the heck not?
R Judgment. Button.
Judgment.
Options
This
button. Options
is
menu.
from the
L1 button to the left end. R1 button to the right end.
The Yakuza series that I've complained about not being able to play because it's all in Japanese with English subtitles. Judgment, though, is kind of a spin-off game which I haven't actually started to play yet. But it's based in that universe, but lo and behold, it's just really zany as well, as the Yakuza games are known to be. But it also has English voice acting, so definitely want to get around to that.
Dreams. Button.
Dreams,
button.
this is a kind
L1
of a
button to the left end.
creative...
R1 button to the right end.
Kind of like how Little Big Planet was, except you're actually creating like full 3D experiences, and I've poked around here a very brief bit, but I mean, it's a creation tool where basically you can make your own little experiences, you can make little games, you can make little animation, like movie things. I grabbed it really mainly because I wanted to see what other people create. I don't have near the patience to and the time to be able to create my own experiences. And then if I keep going to the right,
PlayStation Now button.
That
Options
is your
button,
kind of
menu.
equivalent to
L1 button
Xbox
to the left end.
Game Pass.
R1 button to the right end.
Where you can kind of have a subscription.
PlayStation Video, My Videos.
Okay.
Button, TV and Video. Button, Spotify. Button.
And there is a
Options
Spotify
button,
thing
options
if you
menu.
have that. I don't
L1
have a
button
membership,
to the left
so.
end. Media Player. Button. Share Factory. Button. Options button. Options menu.
I'm not sure what
L1
Share
button to
Factory
the
is. I've
left
never
end.
used it.
The Playroom. Button.
The Playroom.
Options button. Options live from PlayStation. Button. Capture Gallery.
Capture
Button.
Gallery.
Options button. Library. Button.
In your
L1
library,
button to
this
the
I
left
will
end.
go into here because I will show you.
Library. All.
It's sort
Button.
of similar to the
16
Xbox
items.
One interface. On the left-hand side, you have a vertical menu where I can narrow down what I actually want to search for. Right now, we're on all titles.
Games. Button.
I can show only
7
games,
items. Applications.
apps,
Button. Jesse Anderson. Purchased.
my thing in there,
Button.
and then my whole
25
purchase
items.
library. So if, to save space, I uninstall some stuff and then I decide, oh, I want to reinstall something, I can go in here, and this is how I was able to pre-order The Last of Us, because lo and behold, as you'll soon find out, the store is not text-to-speech accessible on the PlayStation 4. But you can navigate the store pretty well on your PC web browser. So I bought the games through there, and then they, I'm signed in, so they appear there, they appear here, and you can have them automatically install if you wish to, but I usually don't. I do it manually. And yeah, so I go in here once I have the game purchased, and then when I went to The Last of Us, so like let's say I pre-ordered, what's that one game that we watched the stream for? Comes out next month.
Cell Damage HD.
We'll find it. So Cell
Not
Damage,
installed.
I don't have that. That
Button.
was some free game that
Triangle. Days Gone.
I gotten.
Button.
Days Gone.
Triangle button.
I bought
Sword.
that during the
Options button.
PlayStation
Options
sale.
menu.
That's not installed. I could install that if I wanted to.
Days Gone bonus content.
Bonus
Button.
content.
Journey. Button.
Great
Triangle
game.
button. Sword.
Did the PC
Options
stream of
button.
that?
Options menu. God of War Digital Comic Issue 0.
God of
Button.
War. And then this is
Triangle
just in
button.
a
Sword.
grid.
Ghost of Tsushima Digital Deluxe Edition pre-order.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Button.
So if
Triangle
that becomes
button.
available
Sword.
to preload,
Options
just like The
button.
Last of
Options
Us
menu.
Part 2 did, I can go here and get that queued
Medieval.
up ahead of time.
Button. Triangle
Medieval,
button.
got
Sword.
that remake.
Options
Again, I
button.
got it
Options
on
menu.
sale for like half price or more off.
Medieval Digital Comic Book. Medieval Original Soundtrack. The Art of Dreams. Button. Ratchet and Clank. Button.
I gotta get around to
Triangle
playing
button.
that
Sword.
too.
PT. Button. Triangle button. Sword.
I
Options
can't
button.
play
Options
the
menu.
PT because I got my PlayStation after it and it wouldn't let me reinstall, which is
The Art of
stupid.
God of War.
I got it
Button.
through the web, but I didn't have a
Triangle button.
PlayStation
Sword.
Store,
Options
PlayStation
button.
4 at the
Options
time.
menu.
And then they took it, like, even if you owned it in your library after a certain date, they said, no, you can't download it again, which is, to me, really freaking stupid. If you buy or get something, it should be yours, I think. I mean, okay, if someone didn't buy it before then, sure, then you can't put it on your system. But if it's tied to your account, give me a break. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is, but it's
The
annoying.
Last of Us Part 2. The Art of God of War. The Last of Us Part 2 Original Soundtrack.
Okay.
Button. The Music of Dreams. Uncharted 4. A Thief's End.
There
Button.
we go, Uncharted 4.
Triangle button.
I think I
Sword.
got that on sale.
Jesse
Whoops.
Anderson. The Last. Uncharted. The Nathan Drake Collection. Button.
And then the Nathan
Triangle
Drake
button.
collection.
Sword.
That was
Options
dirt
button.
cheap
Options menu.
not very long ago, and I grabbed it just because.
Dreams. Installed.
So now we
Button.
have
God of War. Button.
all
Triangle
the,
button. Sword.
just
Judgment.
there's your
Button.
library, so I can back
Jesse
out.
Anderson.
I can go up
This
by
PF
category.
Games. All. Search. Button.
I can do a search if I want to.
On-screen keyboard.
Oh, okay. I'm not quite. I got a weird error. What is that? Is that telling me that I can use my actual physical keyboard since I'm doing PS Remote? Let me see. You can enter text on your PC. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. I can use my actual keyboard, which is a nice little bonus for. So we'll back out. Oh, I grabbed my Xbox controller just out of instinct.
Close keyboard. Enter name of content or
So
folder.
that
Input
works.
field. Search.
Let's back
Button.
out.
Home screen. Library.
Now we're back on our cross media bar.
L1 button to the
So
left
if I
end.
go up,
On the home screen. Function screen. Notifications. Button. 6 new notifications.
okay.
Text to speech unavailable here.
Now, how dumb is this? This is where the PlayStation, the cross media bar, this is where the dashboard gets really annoying. The main level speaks. Some areas you'll get into, you'll get like another layer or so in with the text to speech, and it will. But when you get to the stuff that you really want to be able to either read or adjust as far as settings go, text-to-speech, I am so tired of hearing that message. It's really frustrating. So these notifications, I can arrow through them. I hear the sounds. You know, they have when you get to the start of the list. I know I'm at the start. But no text-to-speech. I'll back out.
Function screen.
And it comes back.
Friends. Button.
Friends, let's see if this speaks.
Text-to-speech unavailable here.
Oh, I can't tell you how frustrating that
Function
is. They
screen.
really,
Friends.
really got to fix that
Button.
for the PlayStation 5. I hope to God they learn. Especially now that you have a studio like Naughty Dog, and hopefully others following in their wake. I'm hoping that Sony is just like, okay, yeah, we get it. We really gotta do better with that.
Communities. Button.
Communities, I haven't even gone into that, but let me guess.
Text-to-speech unavailable here.
Of course it is.
Function screen. Events. Button.
Events. Okay, I'm just gonna, because I bet you most of these aren't gonna speak.
Messages. Button.
Messages. I bet you those don't speak either.
Messages.
Oh.
All. Button. Favorites. All. Michelagwings. 2 players. November the 9th, 2018. Hey. Button. Option. New. Boldish Lin 15. 2 players. July the 19th, 2018.
These must be
Old
from
time
my old
Southern girl looking for a
PlayStation
beat Southern
3,
man.
because I didn't have my
Button.
PS4
Options button. Options menu. All.
until
Button.
last
Function screen.
summer,
Messages.
shortly
Button.
before Riley come up.
Party. Button.
So just like your Xbox, you have a party system where you can kind of join with a group of people and, you know, play multiplayer or chat or whatever.
Profile. Button.
Profile.
Trophies. Button.
Trophies, just similar to your achievements. You know, people talk about the platinum trophies, basically getting every achievement or trophy in a game. I've never really been an achievement hunter, so you know that this. I just, if you're into that, that's cool. Does it speak though?
Text-to-speech unavailable here.
Of course it doesn't.
Function screen.
That's where it
Trophies.
gets so frustrating.
Button. Settings. Button.
So settings. Now this is interesting because if I go into settings, I have been in here.
Settings. Account management. Button.
And I should also note that text is normally not this large by default. There is an option to make your menu text size bigger, which I do like, but I'm going to go up to the top.
User's guide helpful info. Button. Data handling health and safety. Accessibility. Button.
Let's go in there.
Accessibility. Text to speech. Button. Speak text on the screen and provide spoken guidance for operating the system. This works only with some features.
I was gonna say they should have a parentheses to say if you're lucky.
Zoom. Button. Magnify things on the screen.
Okay, I can magnify.
Invert colors. Off. Checkbox.
I can turn that
Invert
on if I
screen
want
colors.
to. I wouldn't want to right now because I have a darker blue background and light text. I much prefer that.
Larger text. On. Checkbox.
I turn that
Make
on.
text larger.
So
This
there's
works
not a
only with some
slider.
features.
It's kind of an on or off kind of a setting there.
Bold text. On. Checkbox.
So I like the
Make
fact
text
that you
bold.
do have the option to bold and make text larger. I would like to see in the PS5. I would love to see an actual slider so you can make more fine-tune adjustments to make your text size larger or smaller. That would be another welcome
High contrast.
addition.
Off. Checkbox. Adjust
So
the
if I turn
colors of
this
text
on-
and back off. Confirm. Accessibility. All applications in use will be closed to reflect the changes to your settings.
Okay, that's
Do
fine.
you want to continue? Yes.
Let's just see what
Accessibility.
it looks like.
Accessibility. High contrast. On. Checkbox.
Okay.
Adjust the colors
That's
of text
actually
and
not bad.
backgrounds
I
to
actually
improve the
like it.
clarity
I mean,
of
I
things on
like
the
that
screen.
nice blue that we
This
had
works only with
before,
some features.
but this just darkens things up quite a bit.
Closed captions. Button. High
So
contrast.
it's a lot more of like a
On.
really dark
Checkbox.
blue.
Adjust the colors of text and backgrounds to improve the clarity of closed caption. High contrast. On. Off.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean
Closed
the
captions.
small
High
text doesn't
contrast.
stand out quite
Off.
as well,
Checkbox.
but the
Adjust
larger
the colors of
text
text and backgrounds
does.
to improve the clarity of things
So
on
you
the
know,
screen.
it's up to you. I
This
mean,
works only with some features.
I'm tempted to almost leave it on,
On.
simply because again, you go into a lot of these menus that don't have text to speech, At least for me, it's I have the luxury of being able to try and read things. So maybe I will keep that on for now.
Closed captions. Button.
Got your
Show
closed
closed
caption
captions.
option there.
You can also button assignments. Button.
It's kind
Change
of your
controller button
system-wide
assignments.
button remapping.
This does auto scroll speed. Normal. Button. Set the speed of horizontal text scrolling.
Okay, and then they have little tooltips that it reads, so that's nice.
Press and hold delay. Normal. Button. Set the press and hold delay for the PS button and add to quick menu. On. Checkbox. Add accessibility settings to the quick menu. To display
That
the
I would
quick menu,
recommend
press and
too,
hold the PS
especially if
button.
you want to do something like Zoom, or you want to, maybe you're doing something and someone else is navigating the interface and you want to turn the text-to-speech off quickly. So, and there we go. I'm trying to remember if there's a
Text-to-speech.
shortcut.
Button. Zoom. Zoom. Enable zoom. On. Checkbox.
Okay,
To zoom,
so
press the PS button and square
move-
button at the same time. You
Zoom.
can move using the directional buttons. Press the circle
Okay,
button
let
to
me-
cancel zoom.
Let me back out. Let me hear that
Accessibility.
again.
Zoom. Enable zoom. On. Checkbox. To zoom, press the PS button and square button at the same time. You can move using the directional buttons. Press the circle button to cancel zoom.
Okay. So I forgot that I had it enabled. So I can hit the PlayStation button. Ah! Oh dear. That... What in the hell? Okay, I don't know if that likes remote play.
Accessibility.
I
Zoom.
may not be able to demo
Invert
that.
colors. Zoom. Button.
Let
Magnify
me
things
go
up.
in there. Let me
Zoom.
hear it one more time.
Enable zoom. On. Checkbox. To zoom, press the PS button and square button at the same time. You can move using the directional buttons. Press the circle button to cancel
Yeah,
zoom.
I don't. It looks like I'm not going to be able to demo that, but
Accessibility. Zoom.
it is a toggle.
Button.
It does work. I
Magnify
have
things on
used
the
it before
screen.
because it has been on, but since I'm doing remote play, maybe not gonna work. But there's your accessibility settings.
Settings. Account management.
Account
Button.
management. There are some things in here, but here's the problem. So I have this main level of settings. I have this whole settings menu here. The accessibility is the one exception that I found. That menu speaks, because if it didn't, boy would they be, would that be embarrassing. But if I go in
Parental controls.
any of
Family
these other
management.
ones,
Login settings. Network. Button. Notifications. Devices.
so
Button.
let's say
Button. Themes. Button.
I want theme.
Text to speech unavailable here.
You get this far in any of these other categories except
Settings.
accessibility.
Themes. Button.
None of them read. So there's a lot of different areas
Application safe data management.
that
Button.
do not speak. I mean, you can get in to play a game. So if you, let's say you get you're a blind user, and you really haven't gotten consoles because largely the games aren't what you call super accessible. You could buy the games on the web and then log into the PlayStation. You could go to your library and install them that way. And you could get into things like MK11, Mortal Kombat 11, The Last of Us Part 2. Killer Instinct is an Xbox thing, but there are other fighting games. You got Tekken 7. But Street Fighter, of course. So you have some, you at least got a few titles, and you would be able to go back and forth on the cross-media bar. You would be able to open them. But adjusting settings and stuff, yeah, unfortunately, you're going to need some sighted assistance. It's just the way it is.
Sound and screen. Button. System software update. Button. Sharing and broadcasts.
I should almost
Button.
go in there after I'm done with this video just to make sure that there's no updates right before I want to play the game on Friday.
Mobile app connection settings.
Because
Button.
the PlayStation is notorious for having update upon waiting for updates and unpacking, and maybe it's not quite as bad with the PlayStation 4. I haven't used it all that often yet, but the PlayStation 3 was terrible. I mean, even downloading things took for bloody ever.
Remote play connection settings.
So I've heard it's gotten
Button.
better, though.
Mobile app connection settings. Remote play connection settings. Video playback settings. Date and time. Language. Power save settings. System. Initialization.
So the part where
Button.
the part where it works, it's totally fine.
System. Button.
And if I hit A for system,
Text to speech unavailable here.
Yay! Text-to-speech unavailable here. God, that's getting old.
Settings.
So let's go back to our
Function screen.
cross-media bar.
Settings.
Yeah, this still
Button.
looks good. I mean, I still like, even with the high contrast, I like how it still keeps your in this case, blue color scheme.
Power. Button.
And there's my power. If I want to restart the system, I want to shut it down. And there are options for being able to wake up remotely. So I could be at my computer here, and if I ran the app, and my PlayStation was asleep, it could wake it up. Xbox One has a similar thing. But there you go. That is your kind of
Plus.
top area.
Button. Notifications. PlayStation Plus.
So
Button.
PlayStation Plus, yeah. So if I go down,
home screen, library.
so
Button.
now we're back on
L1
the other
to the
road
left
that
end.
we were on with all of our apps and games. Let's just arrow all the way to the
PlayStation
right.
Store. Button.
PlayStation Store.
What's new? The Last of Us Part 2.
There's our Last of Us
Button.
2.
Options button. Options menu. What's new? PlayStation
Before I
Store.
go into the store and just
button.
show you that it doesn't work.
R1 button to the right end.
See, now when you get down here, this stuff doesn't read either. That is a shop the PlayStation Store button. And all of these little box art thingies here that are ads or something, they don't read. So even some of the top level stuff, you basically have...
Home screen. PlayStation Store.
You
button.
basically have two
Function
rows...
Screen. Notifications.
These
button.
are the highest
notification.
level. If I hit up, this is all of your major
Friends.
categories. So
Notifications. Friends. Notifications. Friends.
all
button.
of these things that I showed you before, and then the road down.
Home screen.
And now if I go left and
PlayStation
right,
Store.
this
What's
is your
new?
list
The last
of apps,
Marvel. The last. What's new?
including
Area.
your library,
L1
all
button
at
to the left
very
end.
right-hand
R1
side.
button
So
to the right end.
basically,
Press
at
the down
this
button.
point, that's what you can access if you are a blind user. And, when you go into a game, the vast majority of them are not going to have any text-to-speech. Like I said, a lot of blind players do still play things like fighting games. And, of course, The Last of Us is having its full text-to-speach and all kinds of great stuff, which, hoping the PlayStation Remote streaming works well enough on my PC, the couple times I've tried it, it has. So at the very least, I'm going to try to do a stream, if not a video, this weekend. And I kind of want to do, the first time I boot up The Last of Us Part 2, I kind of want my live reaction to experiencing that. Just because it's so groundbreaking. I mean, we've never, ever had a full AAA game. I mean, we've had games that have, obviously... I've covered a lot of them that have had some text-to-speech, but the gameplay itself really maybe didn't.
PlayStation Store.
But the amount of
button.
accessibility
R1
settings,
button
I
to
just
the right end.
even being able to explore, I've seen all of the accessibility settings on the website, on Naughty Dog's blog and elsewhere. But seeing it on the website and actually turning those things off and seeing them for yourself in the actual game with a controller in your hand and then trying them, that's a whole different ball game. And like I said, I took off work on Friday, so I am stoked. We are gonna I'm gonna attempt a live stream if my internet will hold up to streaming my PlayStation to my PC and rolling out to Mixer. I'm not quite sure how that's going to go, but yeah, it is what it is. Otherwise, like I said, I will be recording at the very least, so there will at the very minimum be a YouTube video within the next, either the weekend, if it will stream, that archive will go up on this next Monday Mixer stream schedule. If it's just a video, I might even just forego the Monday Mixer and do that anyway, just because this is such a landmark day. So to end the video,
What's new? PlayStation Store.
I will show you
button.
sadly. Watch what happens.
Text to speech unavailable here.
Text to speech not available here. Again, the whole damn store. It's not even the point where it's just the confirmation screen or something. No, the whole store, the whole bloody thing doesn't read. Like I said, thankfully, go to store.playstation.com, sign in there on your web browser of choice on your computer, shop. I think there's a sale. I don't know if it's still going on, but I picked up 3 or 4 different games that were at least 50 to 75% off. So I grabbed a couple there, but yeah, I mean, and then you can, like I said, then when you do that, you just go back to your cross media bar, go all the way to the right.
Library.
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 You go down.
Jesse Anderson. Purchased.
Purchased. It'll say your account name and purchased. You go to the right, and then you just arrow through this three by 3 horizontal and however many down grid that you got, and find your game. Hit A to install it. And of course, if let's say
Cell Damage HD. Days Gone.
So let's say that I wanted to
Triangle
install Days
button,
Gone.
Sword.
I think.
Text to speech unavailable here.
Yeah. So again, even the screen where you say you want to install it. I mean, the first option is download. We have overview. We have trending, friends. So I mean, you can basically, once you hear that text to speech is disabled, if you know you haven't installed the game, just hit the X button again, and it should install it. What the hell? I might just install it. Why not? I'll hit download. And then it takes you to... Yeah, it'll take you to... Okay, we're back here, basically back to the same place, except for now you have a progress bar that doesn't speak. And I think it will download in the background, so I can still hit... I keep wanting to say B.
Days Gone. Not installed. Button. Triangle button, sword.
So,
options button, options menu.
Yeah, I think it's installing in the background. At least I hope it is. Because when I installed The Last of Us Part 2, I just left it there. Left it sit there on that screen. But I think theoretically you can... you could say queue up a download and then, go play something else.
Cell Damage, Jesse Anderson.
That is the
Home
PlayStation 4
Library.
interface.
What's new? The Last of Us Part 2.
Must
button.
play it.
Options button, options menu.
Can't
L1
wait.
button to the left end.
So there you
R1
go.
button to the
Hope
right
you guys found that helpful. I know I've seen on Twitter a fair few people, if not considering getting a PlayStation 4, just outright going, I have to see this, I have to play this. And trust me, I don't blame you. Even though the first game wasn't accessible to totally blind, like I could see well enough to generally play the first game pretty well. And after seeing that presentation, the E3 presentation, the year that it was released, like I said, there were a few other games that were coming out or that had already came out for the PlayStation 3, and I largely bought a PS3 for The Last of Us and a few other titles. I mean, Sony's got some great first party. If you like AAA big budget first party exclusive story driven games, I mean, look at what all the games that I have on my system right now: Last of Us 2,
Marvel
Spider-Man,
button, God of War,
The Last of Us
Remastered.
1,
Judgment,
button. That's single player.
Dreams,
button. That's
options button, options
single
menu.
player, multiplayer,
L1
but it's,
button to the left
you can
end.
play a lot of the
R1
experiences
button to the
single
right
player.
end.
And that's what I've got on there, Days Gone, if it's going to
Spider-Man,
install.
The Last of Us Part 2.
That is also a big
options
single player
button,
game.
options
So
menu.
those are
L1 button
exclusives
to the left
the
end.
PS4.
R1 button to the right end.
So yeah, and even better, all of these games, and I didn't put it together until I saw someone else say it on Twitter. The nice thing about a lot of the things we've been seeing from Sony about their PS5, I think even maybe some of the companies are starting to maybe realize that, God, everyone's getting sick of these microtransactions and post-launch constant monetization getting shoved down people's throats. People are getting sick of that. So, yeah, all these games, yeah, they might have some downloadable content, some extra missions or content later on, which is totally fine. There's been expansion packs like for PC forever. But, God, just the thought of having a game, like buying or downloading a game and just playing the thing. Who would have thought that would be such a novel idea? But in 2020, it is what it is. So hope you guys found the video helpful. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, Mixer.com/BGFH, illegally-cited.com, and of course, YouTube.com/illegally-cited. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Thank you for all the longtime supporters. Definitely appreciate it. And yeah, I'm just, with as bad as 2020 has been so far, it's been a hell of a year for accessibility, and it looks like it's only getting better. Anyway, wrap it up here, and until next time, we'll chat with you guys in the next video.